Good evening and welcome back to our virtual program Book Tasting, where I read the first few pages of books in the children's collection. So we've been following the Dork Diaries Series, and last week we read book 6, and we're actually going to be skipping book 7, so this week we are reading book 8, Dork Diaries, Tales from a Not So Happily Ever After. Once upon a dork. Wait, why do all these fairy tale characters Nikki's running into seem so familiar? Let's find out. So as always, I'll be reading the first few pages. I can't believe I overslept again. Now, I'm probably going to be late for school. Why? Because my bratty little sister Brianna has been sneaking into my bedroom at night and stealing my alarm clock. She's been using it to get up extra early to make a peanut butter jelly and pickle sandwich to take to school for lunch. Yes, she actually adds pickles. I don't know which is more nauseating, Brianna or her disgusting sandwich. Anyway, now I have less than 3 minutes to shower, shampoo, brush, dress, pack, eat, gloss, and go. This is how my very cruddy day began. OMG, I got dressed for school in 2 minutes and 19 seconds, which is probably a new late for school world record. I decided to wear my brand new sweater with the cool fringe on it. It took me 2 whole months to save up and buy from Sweet 16, a trendy teen store in the mall. Looking back on my morning, there was definitely good news and bad news. The good news? My day had gotten off to a horrible start. I was absolutely sure there was no way things could get any worse. The bad news? I was totally wrong about the good news. OMG, I was so ticked off at Brianna for swiping my alarm clock that smoke was practically spewing from my ears. I wanted to stuff her in a big box and ship her off to Princess Sugar Plum Island to be the pooper scooper for all those cute little baby unicorns she loves so much. Brianna, did you take my alarm clock again? I yelled. If I'm late for school, it's all your fault. I didn't take your clock. Miss Penelope did. She thinks you need all the beauty sleep you can get. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Brianna said, sticking her tongue out at me. Miss Penelope thinks I need beauty sleep? Sorry, Brianna, but Miss Penelope can't think. She doesn't have a brain. She's a hand puppet, I shot back. She does too have a brain, Brianna shouted. She says she can go to puppet school and get smarter, but you need to go on that TV show, Ugly Face Intervention. I was like, oh no, she didn't. I could not believe Miss Penelope was talking trash about me like that. She was going to need an intervention. After I took a pen and drew her a mustache, then we'd see whose face was most messed up, mine or hers. Anyway, Brianna was at the kitchen table slopping together peanut butter, jelly, and pickles to make her very disgusting sandwich. Would you like me to make one for you, Nikki? It's yummy, see? Brianna said, shoving her sandwich in my face. I cringed at the slippy, drippy mess. Ew, it smelled even worse than it looked. Kind of like peanut butter jelly and, rancid pickle juice. No thanks, I muttered, totally grossed out. Come on, just take one bite, Brianna said, waving it under my nose. You'll love it. No, Brianna, actually, I'm not hungry anymore. I took one look at your sandwich and completely lost my appetite. Are you sure? It's awesomely delicious, she giggled. I just rolled my eyes at that girl. What part of the word no does she not understand? I wanted to scream, sorry, Brianna, but I will not eat it with a dog. I will not eat it with a frog. I will not eat it with a cat. I will not eat it with a rat. I will not eat it in my room, on the bus, or on the moon. I will not eat it north or south. It made me throw up in my mouth. Call me picky, call me fickle. I don't like PB&J and pickles. Anyway, Brianna went to the fridge to get a juice box, and I gathered my stuff and was about to go ahead out the door when suddenly she came charging at me like an angry baby rhinoceros in pigtails. She actually accused me of taking her sandwich. That's when the yelling started. My sandwich is missing and you took it. Brianna, I wouldn't feed that nasty sandwich to my worst enemy. And by worst enemy, I meant people like, well, you know, MacKenzie Hollister. Although, now that I think about it, I probably would feed that sandwich to my worst enemy. I'd love to just shove it right down her throat. Just kidding. Not. Actually, I'm really kidding. I try to be friendly to get along with everyone at my school, but for some reason MacKenzie hates my guts. Anyways, by the time I finally left for school, Brianna was busy making another sandwich. It's like the older she gets, the more bratty she becomes. I think it's time for me to have a serious talk with my mom and dad about parenting skills. Why? Because I'm really sick and tired of Brianna. 1, taking my stuff without permission. 2, stealing my cell phone to play Princess Sugar Plum games and running down my battery. 3, waking me up in the middle of the night to take her to the bathroom by jumping up and down on my bed while I'm still on it. It's absolutely vital that my parents get professional help for Brianna before it's too late. They let her get away with everything, but when I ask to do stuff, it's always a big fat no. I was really looking forward to volunteering at the Fuzzy Friends Animal Rescue Center after school today with my crush Brandon, but my mom said I couldn't. Why? Because I have to babysit Brianna. Typical. It was kind of a big deal because this would have been my first time hanging out with Brandon since, well, you know. Alrighty, so I am ending it there. If you're interested in Dork Diaries Book 8, it is available inside the children's collection. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week for a new book.